early today, and I'm going to turn the little switch on my headphones so I don't hear that delay. We're recording, and I'll be posting this as a video, so live stream actually won't stay up, but as you know, my policy, I do everything live. So let's go to HDMI 1 here. There we are. So today, I got a new mic I want to try. It's called the Lewitt Ray. It has some really neat tech in it. It's actually, I forgot the Lewitt because I'm not an expert Lewitt. This is the first Lewitt mic I've owned. I've used them before, but it's been over 5 years, I know. So, but it's a Lewitt Ray mic, which is one of their good large condenser mics with some tech on the front of it, and that's the Ray part. It actually has a sensor, so you can get closer to it or farther away from the mic. It doesn't change the tone. You know, if you get down on a mic, it has a totally different sound than if you step back. So this mic doesn't do that, and I got it for mainly podcast and Zoom calls and that kind of stuff. Now, for most of my live streams, I'm totally fine using the, let me get, there you go. That's the SM7, that's the Sennheiser MKH50 that I've used. A lot of people use. It's right above the camera, as you can see. And that's my normal setup. Okay. So for live streaming, it's great. Full use of hands. You got full use of your hands here. Okay, I can move my hands. It doesn't have any effect. I can get closer. I can get back. Again, still no issues. The one thing this mic does is, and I'll put Tom Buck's video on this as a link. Again, if you want a full review, there's two. There's Booth Junkie and Tom Buck that have really good reviews on this mic. They both come from different perspectives. Obviously, Booth Junkie is a voiceover artist, and his audience is people interested in voiceovers for the most part. I don't know if podcasting. I don't know if Bandrew did a review of this mic or not. If it's there, I'll link his because that mic reviews is his specialty. But I wanted to just show you what it is and why I'm using it for my live stream. And so I've got a side-by-side view here. And you see there's some stuff on the mic here. You see the Aurora is the technology that senses. And as I move back, at some point in time, the thing will go mute. If I keep moving, it'll blink. Come back in, you'll hear me. That's the tracking. So you can have it set to different distances it'll automatically mute the mic. So if you're going to cough and you can actually just lean back and cough and it'll automatically cut your mic for you, which is pretty darn cool. That's not why I bought it. I know how normally I have a Rodecaster. I have I can pull the fader down. I can do those kinds of things. I'm not using a Rodecaster. You're hearing it straight into, I broke out my FX30, which is the camera. Oh, back to the iPhone shot here. You lost me. That's the FX30 with the audio handle, and the mic's going straight into that. Anyway, so it's the reason I got the mic is not for the mute button. It's for its ability to automatically adjust volume and tone. That's the key part. When you get really close to a mic, then it usually changes the tone. With this mic, it doesn't. It stays nice and even. And for Zoom calls, I like it because I can lean back in my chair and automatically mute. So if I'm listening to somebody else, I don't have to touch anything. I just move forward and it'll automatically kick on. I can lean forward, automatically working. So that's what at the right side here. That's what I got the mic for Zoom calls and podcast. It's a good sounding mic. Lewitt's are quality mic. It's not the Lewitt I wanted for Christmas, but it was my second choice. The $3,000 Lewitt, the 1040 with the control box that allows you to adjust everything. I honestly don't need. I just want. It's still on my list. To win the lottery, you'll know because I'll have that mic. But anyway, I will also link Curtis Judd's video on how to use a mic. Every time I see so many content creators, one, they slap a DJI mic on their chest. It's way too low. It's right up against the chest. It sounds like it. It's not that it's a bad mic, but it needs to be, anyway, it needs a lav on it or it needs to be out. Use the handle. Anyway, don't get me started on mic usage. Curtis covered it all at my, I have to say at my request. I asked him for that video. The one thing I disagree with Curtis on, not really disagree, I'm just clarifying. He says, keep 6 centimeters from your mic, and for a general mic, that's good. For this one, you don't have to worry about that mainly. I tell people to keep between a fist and this symbol, and you're fine. Anywhere in that distance on a regular dynamic mic, you're fine. Now, if you're using a shotgun mic like I'm normally using, then you can be 12, 14, 16, 20 inches, no problem. Or if you're on a good condenser room and your room can handle a good condenser room, like Curtis generally uses for his live streams, he's using not the MKH50, he's using the Earthworks Ethos. It's a great mic. It just picks up a little bit too much in my room. It's freezing in most parts of the country right now, and Nashville's no exception. It's 33 degrees. But I had it nice and warm in here, and so I turned everything off to minimize the sound. It won't totally get rid of it, but anyway. So this is the mic. As you can see, it senses. You see that thing, that line moving as I get closer. It's always sensing like an autofocus camera on where you are in proximity to that mic. It's pretty broad. You can go off to the side. Now, again, I have it off axis because I don't want it getting wet. Stuff comes out of little droplets come out of everybody's mouth when they talk or get excited. It's also the sound. All mics are susceptible to plosives, and this one's no different. If you're going forward, that misses the mic, and you don't have any problems. But anyway, versus me redoing Curtis Judd's, just go watch his. It's better produced and much more professional than mine are. So anyway, that's why I got the mic. I think it's probably one. Should be no news to anybody. I dislike the SM7B hugely. It's a big that was a problem with the Procaster, the Rode Procaster mic, which is like $200. It's half the price of a SM7B and sounds exactly the same, or pretty darn close. It can be EQ'd to sound exactly the same. I know that because I've done it in a studio. But I don't like either one of those mic for podcasts because they're just too big. The Lewitt mic is, I don't think it's the Ray yet. I think it's the regular Lewitt mic is what I saw Glenn Beck using on his podcast. And I've seen other people use it. Tom Buck actually uses his Lewitt on some of his talks. So, but then I discovered this mic and its ability to do what it does of sensing and automatically maintaining tone. And for a Zoom call or a podcast, that's what you want. So that's why I invested in it. Now it's a professional mic. It's a Lewitt mic. It's right at I think $350, $400. So you buy a mic like this, and it comes with a 2-year warranty, which is, I think pro mics should come with a 5-year warranty. Most pro mics literally last forever. I mean, I have some SM58s till I gave them away that were over 20 years old. I have my 416 is 10 years old. So a good pro mic literally lasts close to a lifetime. There are exceptions. Ribbon mics are more susceptible to problems. But anyway, this is the mic I will not be using that much on this channel for live streams. But if I'm a guest on somebody's show, then I may switch over and use this mic. Anyway, wanted you to hear how it sounds without any processing, straight into the camera, straight into the yellow box, and there you go. That's why there was no intro, because my intro is on my yellow. I was on my Rodecaster, and I didn't have any. Didn't have that button to press to play the music. The yellow box now plays background music, but I already had it set up the old way and didn't worry about it. So there you go. What can I say? Anyway, that's all there is. If you're looking for a great podcast mic, I think this is the best on the market right now. Tell me what you think.